Good morning, everyone. What date is it, Gus? I forgot. Is it the 23rd? Is it the 23rd? What's today? Friday? Oh, people are supposed to stay off the road. It's the 23rd, isn't it? I think we're right about that. So we have. That was interesting. It was all night long. It was relatively warm. Then we had the rain, and we have a little snow out there. I let Gus out in the morning, and he's all excited to go out there. And in order to get him to go out, okay, and take his pee and his I have to give him a little treat. Well, it's one of those things. Just rather than, come on now 10 times this or that, or have to go out there myself so he'll follow me. It's an easy way. I'd give him a little, and he went out and he had the treat in his mouth, and he just stood there looking. What's going on out here? Why is it like this? Huh? Right? What was it? Did you see snow? Was it the first snow? Huh? He's like, what? I'm not going out there. And so it was still, I just checked, it was still 30 degrees, not even freezing. It feels freezing out there. We got the fire going here, good. So we're nice and warm and toasty right in here. And by about 10 o'clock, it's supposed to get down to 1 degrees. Well, I've been here with minus 30 degrees. Yes, hard to believe. And I went outside in the morning. I remember it was like this, the air, it was just getting light, and the air, everything, it had this blue sheen. It was so cold. And I heard the trees cracking, and it was pretty amazing. So now we have 1, 2 degrees, okay, still cold. All the, of course, the road conditions with ice and snow, that's a bad combination. People should just try and stay off the roads today. Maybe tomorrow, too. In any case, then my son-in-law is one of them that goes out with the plow, this and that. So just grateful to have all these amazing people in my family who are taking care of other people out there, right? Yes? Yeah. Wonderful. So, of course, I'm praying for him. Oh, please, let him be safe. This and that. While he's, making things safer for everyone else out there in his surroundings there. So then I came across a video for some reason this morning. I saw some last night. Oh, no. I watched these amazing ladies in China. They're all called mamas and grandmas, so-and-so, and they show these different things and what to do, kind of the old way. And I watched one of them make ladles out of gourds. And I'm watching going, wait a minute, they're not dry, so how are they doing that? Oh, and then they're doing what? Interesting, just interesting. I've never seen a video like this before, Then I saw all these other ones, on how I have a bunch of chestnuts, on what she's doing that's one particular, with the chestnuts. I'm going, I never knew how to do that either. I just roast mine, right? Anyway, so I got into that, and then somehow I got into the freezing temperatures in certain places, and there's a Russian village. I forgot the name of it. It starts with a Y, I remember that. And it's the coldest village, right? I guess around the world, I'm not sure. Minus 71 degrees. And we're complaining about 1 or 2 degrees. And watching them on how they had just built a house. It was a couple, older couple, and had just built a house. I'm sure helped build a house for their son. And on how they did that, and how you insulate your home so that, right? And then certain other things that went with it. And I'm just, my goodness, How spoiled are we? In, for example, here in the United States, with so many things, and on how, yeah, again, it's just so. -1 degrees. As I said, this is not like the first time or anything, but the warnings and all that went out there. I guess it's needed because people just don't know how to take care of themselves anymore when it comes to situations like that or cold temperatures like that. I heard one says we haven't had cold temperatures like this in a decade. Let me think. 2 or 3 years ago, I remember it went below zero here. Okay. All right, whatever, right? Of course, it's great for the economy because everybody goes out and gets whatever, this, that. Don't tell me you didn't spend extra money. Not because of that. Most people, I'm sure, did. Okay. All right. You want to make sure you got what you want, right? If you're stuck here, we're going to be stuck here for at least 4 or 5 days. That is that. There's no way you're going to get down or up the hill out on our county road with what I've already seen out there. So, but it was amazing to watch this -71 degrees. And again, I'm wondering, what temperature was it actually there at that time, right? Probably not -71 degrees. How are you going to be out there without even gloves on? Which the guy was walking around, he had no scarf on or a hat, but his face wasn't covered or anything. So you're going, all right, I already saw things here. 30 minutes out in the cold like this, you're going to be frostbitten. I doubt that very much, okay? Otherwise, I'd be frostbitten already from the past years. So in any case, it's sometimes to get a little bit of a perspective with other things, other people, and again, now we get all this information on little videos and stuff, is a good thing, right? I think, and to kind of stay on the ground with certain things. And again, who are you listening to? Get your own information about all that kind of stuff. It was cute. My husband says, how about we go and get a propane heater for you guys, so that you really stay. I'm going, no, we don't need that. Stop. No, don't go spend that money. Besides, I don't want a propane heater in the house. They're not all that safe, I mean, no, this is good what we got here. It's great. It's popping out the heat and, it's just fine. Besides, does everybody have to, even in the wintertime, walk around in shorts and a t-shirt in the house? Just bundle up, right? Yes? Okay. Well, let's get going here. Information. I think it wouldn't hurt for people out there to just start reading up, watch a few informative videos about how to do things, this, that, and be a little bit more informed, so you're not going to get the heebie-jeebies anytime something isn't quite, right? Yes? The way it should be, or suddenly, really cold weather, really hot weather, right? Yes? I've got all my pumpkins now have turned orange. They're all orange now. Look at this. This was completely green. No, it's nice and tight. Right? So, yeah, again, it's another vegetable that stays good just as it is. Yes, all winter long. So you have a fresh vegetable there, right? Yes, all winter long. That's so amazing. I love it. Oh, here we got one. Oh. Well, see, good at touch, though. See, this one has a soft spot here. You see that? Yeah, that's the next one I'll have to use. And I just saw, I'm going to stick that right there so I don't forget. And I just saw this one lady. I'm telling you what, them old people in China, they sure know how to. They know how to process food. They know how to. It's amazing. It's just amazing on what they all know and how to process it, and yeah, it's amazing to me. I'm learning a lot. I had this Chinese friend here. Sadly, she moved, and. But I've learned enough from her. She taught me how to grow food in the wintertime. Ta-da, right? That I thought, nah, you can't do that. She says, yeah, you can. Right? Yes. So amazing. It's just amazing, right? Yes. Oh, so then I have to mention one more thing. I did share it on my Facebook page. This young singer, I think he goes by Dimash. That's how he's known. Supposedly he's the best voice in the world right now. And he just gave this little speech. And I'm just sitting there and going, well, you just spoke right from my heart. And sometimes you kind of feel a little bit alone with, no, I don't like war. Why are we still doing this? What for? I talk about the commoners around the world. Well, you can't tell me we're all the same. Right? We are all the same. And just trying to do what, right? The same thing. And why can't leadership get this together? Anyway, he gave this little speech, and I was just blown away. It's on my Facebook page, under Daniela Rickenbacher, just so you know. But you can also look it up on YouTube. It's the latest one, the latest video that he has. And it has the subtitles, tells you what he's saying. I was blown away. Here's another young person, just... wow. Invested in what are we doing, people? What are we doing out in the world? How come we still haven't gotten this together? Are you serious? Yes. Wonderful. I feel, having done these Bible readings, Bible videos, this and that, it's just things stay in motion. And things stay in motion in a good way, right? Yes, it is not just a figment of our imagination. That good energy, just as well as negative energy, positive energy, right, connects us. Right? Yes? And to see young people investing their time and their thought and what they would like to give to the rest of the world, I love it. It's amazing to me. Right? Yes. Makes you feel like a parent to these young people. And sadly, how often are they just laughed at or ridiculed for their positive thinking, for their, on how they address something right to the core, right? Yes? Anyway. So, well, they have my support, and always will. They have my support. I know they have God's support. Let's see who wins. Oh. Where am I here? Somehow lost. We're on Exodus 8. We're in the plagues. Yahweh then said to Moses, say to Aaron, stretch out your hand with your staff over the rivers, the canals, and the marshland, and bring the frogs up over the land of Egypt. So Aaron stretched out his hand over the waters of Egypt, and the frogs came up and covered the land of Egypt. But by their spells, the magicians did the same, bringing frogs over the land of Egypt. That's just like a competition or something, isn't it? Now here, I don't know. Would you want all them frogs all over the place? Man, that got to be annoying. As I said, unless you catch them all and say, I'm going to eat you. Right? Yeah, good food too. And so here it's like, so they're bringing up more, right? So the magicians of, I guess it's interesting on how the Egyptian, the Moses and Aaron are considered, God's voice. Moses and Aaron, the prophet. But the Egyptian ones are the magicians. Okay, but doing the same thing. Now, why would you add to the plague by, as I said, thoughtless, right? Isn't it kind of thoughtless? If I'd been the first, okay, we're not gonna compete with this one because that's gonna be bad enough, right? But no, it's like, what? Interesting, right? Is it about the frogs? Or is it about the, again, the obstinate, stubborn way of the Pharaoh, right, wanting to win and disregarding the safety of his own people, the comfort of his own people, right? Yes? Yeah, one has to wonder. Pharaoh then summoned Moses and Aaron and said, "Entreat Yahweh to take the frogs away from me and my subjects, and I promise to let the people go and sacrifice to Yahweh." Oh, why didn't he tell his own magicians to, why didn't he pray to his own God and say, "Take them away"? As I said, his magicians brought them forth as well, didn't they? Oh, aha. Moses said to Pharaoh, "You are the one to gain by it. When would you like me to pray for you, your officials, and your subjects, so as to rid you and your houses of the frogs, so that they will be left only in the river?" "Tomorrow," he said. Moses said, "It shall be as you say, so that you will know that there is no one like Yahweh our God. The frogs will leave you, your houses, your officials, and your subjects, and will be left only in the river." Moses and Aaron left Pharaoh's presence, and Moses pleaded with Yahweh about the frogs which he had inflicted on Pharaoh. Well, surely they were all over the place, not just on Pharaoh, were they? Including his own people, Moses' people. Right? The Israelites? No? Well, they were there too. Yahweh did as Moses asked, and in house and courtyard and field the frogs died. Oh, they died. They piled them up in heaps, and the country stank. But once Pharaoh saw that there had been a respite, he became obstinate, and, as Yahweh had foretold, refused to listen to them. Okay. Some people just can't be helped. The third plague, the mosquitoes. Yahweh then said to Moses, "Say to Aaron, stretch out your staff and strike the dust of the earth, and will turn into mosquitoes throughout the whole of Egypt." Aaron stretched out his hand with his staff and struck the dust of the earth, and there were mosquitoes on man and beast. All the dust of the earth turned into mosquitoes throughout the whole of Egypt. By their spells, the magicians tried to produce mosquitoes in the same way, but failed. Why would you add on to the plague? Why would you want to do that? We can look at these plagues in one way, and we can think of them in the other way as well, right? On what are these stories actually trying to tell us? Interesting. And there were mosquitoes on man and beast. So the magician said to Pharaoh, "This is the finger of God." But Pharaoh was obstinate, and, as Yahweh had foretold, refused to listen to them. The fourth plague, the horseflies. You see, in all this, most likely too, the Pharaoh wasn't afflicted as well, as much afflicted as everybody else. He's still in his palace, Surely had people around him who removed everything. He had the mosquito nets, this, that, right? So he wasn't quite as afflicted. Right? Yes, again, that's the. You're sitting on the throne, doing your thing, and you got it all. This, that, don't have to worry about inflation, and I don't know what, right? Or the cold in your house, when things go bad, or you lose your job, and you still got plenty of millions and billions in your bank account, so who cares, right? Don't even have to work anymore. I'm just saying, yes? So, the plight of the people, really, when it comes down to it, not very apparent for the leaders, the ones that, right? Yes? So they keep doing things that become more destructive, right? Yes? Not to them. To whom? The common people. It is what it is. The fourth plague, the horseflies. Oh my God, we have horseflies here. Oh, I don't wish horseflies on anyone. Man, they bite you. If they get a chance to bite you, that hurts. That hurts so bad, doesn't it? Yes. Yahweh then said to Moses, guys, get up early in the morning and confront Pharaoh as he makes his way to the water. Say to him, Yahweh says this, let my people go and worship me. Not the face, not the face. But if you will not let my people go, I shall send horseflies on you, on your officials, your subjects, and your houses. The Egyptians' houses will swarm with horseflies, and so will the very ground they stand on. Oh, so the Israelites, man, well, they couldn't go outside then either, right? Were they really just going in certain places? I don't know. Oh, but I shall exempt the region of Goshen, where my people are living, that day. There will be no horseflies there, so that you will know that I am Yahweh here in this country. I shall make a distinction between... you want to read too? Huh? That ain't gonna work. Jake, this is not working. Jake. Are you done? Can you get off now? Go. I shall make a distinction between my people and your people. This sign will take place tomorrow. Yahweh did this, and great swarms of horseflies found their way into Pharaoh's palace, into his officials' houses, and all over Egypt. The country was ruined by the horseflies. Ugh. Pharaoh then summoned Moses and Aaron and said, go and sacrifice to your God inside the country. That would never do, Moses said, since what we sacrifice to Yahweh our God is outrageous to the Egyptians. If the Egyptians see us offering sacrifices which outrage them, won't they stone us? We shall make a 3 days journey into the desert to sacrifice to Yahweh our God, as he has ordered us. Pharaoh said, I will let you go and sacrifice to Yahweh your God in the desert, provided you do not go very far. Pray for me. The moment I leave you, Moses said, I shall pray to Yahweh. Tomorrow morning the horseflies will leave Pharaoh, his officials, and his subjects. But Pharaoh must stop trifling with us by not allowing the people to go and sacrifice to Yahweh. Moses then left Pharaoh's presence and prayed to Yahweh. And Yahweh did as Moses asked. The horseflies left Pharaoh, his officials, and his subjects. Not one remained. But Pharaoh became obstinate this time too, and did not let the people go. That's the end of 8. You know, now I thought there was a... Let's see. Well, I guess we'll have to wait. Oh, there they come. Alright, so they are in there too. So there's all these plagues, all these different types of plagues. And the Pharaoh just... all these different problems that are showing up. And Moses says, if you just let us go, then most likely you'll be alright. But the Pharaoh just doesn't want to give in. He doesn't want to give in. He's the God of his country. Done. Right? And he's a bad God. He's not a good God. He makes his people suffer, right? Through his own stubborn and way, this and that. In any case, so there it is. I mean, there are some plagues, right? I feel like here, we got a tick plague. It's, in the last 2 or 3 years, it's just been really bad. It's just been bad. And seems like more and more ticks are carrying certain diseases that are afflicting people, right? So you have to be really on top of, when you get back from a walk, the dogs, and this and that, you have to be really on top of it. It takes extra work. But then, I'm thinking, when I watched this video of this Russian village, it's so cold, this and that, how the people live there, how much extra work they have to put into staying warm. Yes, how they take showers once a week. They wash up once a week, okay, really well. And then how they do it was amazing. It's just, I mean, it's amazing. It's a whole little ritual kind of thing, you know, no doubt. When it just talked about it, didn't show it. You know. And it just, whoa, what? You know, and on how much they have one grocery store of which they buy some things in it, but very little, because they, you know, in the short months that they can actually grow and do stuff there, again, right? What, 8 months out of the year they're in the winter, so you got what, 4 months to grow your food, this, that. I'm just saying, they do it. And then they have cows and horses, you know. But anyway, so interesting, and how they, you know, have to put that extra work into it, you know. And I'm sure that the work in the 4 months that they have before winter strikes again is they're busy from morning till night, you know. And, yes, yeah. I didn't see one cell phone or tablet, or no TVs on or anything. They always seem to be always busy. I wonder how the electric works there. We're kind of worried that we'll lose electric here, which, you know, in weather like this, it's just the way it is, but we're set up for all that as well. And our water won't freeze. We're not hooked up to, we have our own water, and we know how to take care of that in cold weather like this, so we'll be fine. It's no problem. Then we have that spring under the house just in case, right? You never know. And so we're good. It's no problem. But just amazing, the amount of work that goes into living in certain places, right? Yes? And here we're complaining about what? Right. The plagues. You know, what were they really? And did it not affect the Israelites in the same way, because they still knew they still knew how to preserve themselves in just different ways than the Egyptians? How long had the Israelites been working for them? For basically nothing. So did the Egyptians kind of get lazy and had the Israelites do all the work for them? Then when suddenly the Israelites weren't there, could have been too, right? Everybody stayed home. It didn't go nowhere. The Egyptians started to feel that, oh man, nobody's cleaning my chamber pot or something, right? I don't know, I'm just saying. What are those plagues, right? Really, when it comes down to it? And how are they affecting us as a people? I could name one plague we definitely have all over the world, but, right? That's what I wanted to share today. It's going to be a day in the house. I got to go to the barn. Sissy and I are going to do that together to make sure that none of us slips out there and then lays there for too long. It's nice. It's always nice to have help. So again, to think ahead. No, I had plans for Christmas, but decided, nope, not leaving one person here by herself in weather like this is not a good idea. Yes, I'm perfectly fine with my decision, because it's the right decision. You see? Yes? Besides, we've already last night had a very nice time with this. Yes? Right, guys? Oh, of course, all the dogs and cat's still outside. He doesn't want to come in. He will eventually. It gets cold enough. God's love and blessings always. May He protect you. And I will make video, Bible video again.